All right, we are looking at worksheet 77. It's more with circles. It's nothing that's too hard. You've got your formula sheet here, and we are using our circles with area and circumference. All right, so let's get to it. Make sure you've got your area, circumference, and if you look at it, we have a bunch of circles. Sometimes they give you radius, sometimes they give you diameter. This is not a hard worksheet. And you're going to fill out the information with it. So find the area, the circumference of each circle, round the answer to 2 decimal places. And here's the key. It doesn't want you to use the pi key. It wants you to use 3.14. So I'm going to be picky about rounding. Now, I prefer just to use my pi key because it's easier. However, to get this rounding correctly, we need to use 3.14. And that's something you might see on a standardized test where they tell you to use 3.14 over using pi. So with that in mind, our radius is given to us. That is 16.1 centimeters. The diameter would be double that. So just take 16.1 and double it. It should be 32.2, but we'll put it in the calculator for good measure. So there it is, 32.2. That is my diameter. Now, the formula for area is pi r squared. So area is pi times 16.1 squared. But we're not typing in pi, we're typing in 3.14. Yep. So 3.14 times, you can use parentheses or a time symbol, but I'm using parentheses and putting my square on the outside. And that gives me a big number, 813.9 what? It said 2 decimal places.
9-1.
Yep, no, because it's 919. So 813.92. I wanted to agree with you, and then I realized I could not. Just couldn't do it. All right, what's the formula for circumference? It is 2 pi r. Again, we're not using pi, we're using 3.14. I prefer to use the pi key. So 2 times 3.14 times 16.1. And I get 101.1 what? What should we round that to?
101.12.
101.1, and then the 0 would round up to 1. Your rounding's off this morning. That's not like you. You need to wake up. And that is just in centimeters. Okay, now, in this one, they gave you the diameter, so I can put that in as 8.5 inches. What do I do to get the radius? I take half of that. So divide that by 2, and I get 4.25. And that is what I'm going to use. So when I go to find the area, it is going to be pi 3.14 times 4.25 squared. When I find circumference, it's going to be 2 times 3.14 times 4.25. Okay, so take a second to lug those in, and we'll see if we agree. Nearest 2 decimal places. What are we getting?
Area 56.72.
Yep, I agree with you. So I'm going to be picky about rounding. We should be good. I can't get this in good light. We should be good with rounding. 56.7, and then the next decimal place rounds up to 2. 56.72 inches squared. All right, then we're doing what? 2 times 3.14 times 4.25. I got 26.69 for circumference. Does anybody agree with me?
Nope.
You didn't put it in your calculator, did you? Oh, look at you with a calculator today. So proud. Okay, make sure you pay attention whether they gave you radius or diameter. Get those started. If you flip it over to the back, it looks a little different, but it's not. Again, use 3.14 for pi. Here's your formulas for area. Here's your formula for circumference, but don't use your pi key. Use 3.14. There's extra stuff going on here, but guys, if you look at this, BC is a radius. BE, BD, any of those, that's a radius. Those are 3 radii. The diameter is only from D to E. the diameter here is only from F to G, but D, F, D, G, D, E, they're all a radius for this, okay? So if they tell you the radius is 18, any of these little individuals are 18, the diameter is 36 feet. That's it. They're just putting an extra line in there instead of using, they're giving you pretty much a radius in a separate diameter. That's all they're doing there. Okay. And they have it labeled. So you are good to go. So again, use 3.14. The back does not tell you what to round to, so let's just go to 2 decimal places if necessary.